It's time for a random review.
All right, it's the original Geek Random Review. We set the topic, the dice set the direction. We know what we're reviewing, just not how. But today, it's different.
It's a one-way review.
It's a one-off. And I'm going to say this again. I said it a minute ago, but those of you who just like the reviews didn't hear it. This is part of a bigger show. Come back, see the whole show. We just did the basement brief. We're going to be moving on to other segments. So thanks for joining us for the review. But it is. Why are we doing a one-handed review this time, Jeff?
Well, we're using a one-handed review because you didn't go see The Empire Strips Back with me.
No, I would have liked to. I couldn't go.
So The Empire Strips Back, for those who do not know, is a burlesque show parody of Star Wars, specifically the first two movies. And I can't remember exactly where it started, but it is global. So they've had shows in England, in Australia. They've got a number of shows in the States. And the one I happened to see was the one that they held in Boston. And this is its second year. I didn't see it last year. I saw it this year. I have to admit, when I watched any of the previews for it, they were playing up the sexy aspect of it. It's striptease, but it's not. They don't go all nude, for those who would be concerned about that. But one thing that they do not say that I feel they should start to lean into is how hilarious it is. It's so funny. I was not expecting that. So, but yeah, I shouldn't say any more. We have some random topics, and Steve is going to roll for me to review The Empire Strips Back.
Yeah, absolutely. Just before we run in, I just did a quick count. TheEmpireStripsBack.com if you want to find out where you can see it. 49 cities around the globe have had one. And apparently they are allowing people to nominate their city for the show to come. So check it out. We're going to hear Jeff's take on the show. We talked about it offline a little bit. I got to see an online review. But I'm interested to hear what you could say. So as always, we generated the list. Don't know what the list is going to say. I don't have anything to say about it. But I'm going to roll for you right now. This is my Galaxy Quest dice. A 2, which is a typical roll for Stevie. A failed fortitude check. The Tauntaun sequence. A Luke Skywalker surrogate seeking warmth. A quote-unquote gross-out gamble. The act features a dancer emerging from a disemboweled and very glittery Tauntaun, while clever critics noted that it's a bit messy and occasionally kills the sexy vibe for the more squeamish members of the front row. So Tell us about that.
So actually, we did pay up to be in what they call the Empire section, the Emperor section, which is the first 3 rows. We're in row 2. And this is the very first scene. The Tauntaun scene is the first scene. And it's operated by a puppeteer. So the Tauntaun actually looks really good, like the high quality puppeteer. You can see the human legs within the Tauntaun legs. And then it's being ridden by the stripper, Luke, although it's a female. And she does her striptease, but then she gets cold. And she uses her lightsaber to slice open the Tauntaun. Oh, the Tauntaun, meanwhile, also falls over and dies. It dies. And then she cuts it open, and the guts are made of cloth. This is not a gross out scene. I disagree with this. I thought it was hilarious. And that's what I mean. Like the way they portray this as if it's all just sexiness. And so maybe someone like thinking, oh, I'm gonna go see a sexy Star Wars striptease, and then right away they're like, oh no, you're not. No, you thought you were doing that, you're not doing that. And then the Luke strips off her last bit of top, but back to the audience and then covers her chest with the guts of the Tauntaun so that she's not fully nude. Yeah. So.
I think it's hysterical. I did watch a little bit of a review. It was a really strange review. It sounded like a kid who had never, I don't know. It was a kid who wasn't really a Star Wars fan, so I don't know why he was there to review it, except that it was a burlesque show, and I think he might have been one of those guys hoping for more.
Yeah.
But one of the things he did call out, and I did see a lot of cool pictures of, were the set pieces like the Tauntaun. And there's a full-scale Jabba the Hutt puppet that's also
you
very,
can roll
very cool.
for that, man.
Well, we might. I don't even know. I honestly don't know if it's on the list. I'm sure it is. But I will say I did see some of those photos, and so it looked really, really cool. Okay, now
but
typically...
yes, the Jabba so hopefully this won't spoil anything, but since you've mentioned it, yes, the other massive puppet, even just massive. It's like, it is what Jabba would the size of Jabba, and he's lip syncing Biggie Smalls Hypnotize. It's so perfect. And with Slave Leia and that whole scene, it's awesome. That was one of my highlights of that whole thing, was the Jabba the Hutt scene. It's the end of Act 1. It's so good.
And let's be honest, the Leia slave girl outfit was every geek fantasy. I mean, They even play it up in the TV show Friends with Ross and Rachel.
The funny thing is most of the scenes in this have striptease, but she can't take off anymore.
She's already in a bikini.
So even though she's dancing provocatively, Slave Leia in this, there's nothing for there's no strip part of it.
Well, and that's the fun of being a burlesque style show, right? The burlesque is body, it's sexy, it's not like you're not at a strip club. You're there to see a fun show that has sexy elements.
But once again, because they know sex sells, they advertise it like it is going to be like a full-on strip, sex show.
That's wild. All right. So typically I would do a second one, but as we said, I didn't get to see it. So we're going to roll a second time for Jeff. And hopefully we don't roll for Jabba the Hutt. A 17. And it's the Jabba the Hutt rap. We're going to roll again.
That's hilarious.
Of course, I rolled the one thing we just added without realizing it. 19 this time. Successful charisma. Boba Fett, bumpy and grindy. The Guns N' Roses theme solo, the seductively dangerous. The Boba Fett act is the show's charisma peak. The combination of the iconic Mandalorian armor and the high-energy rock choreography makes it the most swoon-worthy moment of the night. What do you think? Did you like the Boba Fett bumpy and grindy?
So, yeah. What was interesting, though, is the Boba Fett, the Mandalorian armor was... I could tell it was a bit awkward. The giant helmet. She did something cool where she used the gun and it was a t-shirt gun, and she shot one of the Empire Strikes Back t-shirts out in the audience. Only problem is she was shooting from the balcony and it landed in the lights, and hopefully someone from the balcony leaned over and picked the t-shirt up off the lights.
Oh, no
one got that free t-shirt. But yeah, I did. I really like that, and that was good. That was a good one. I think the Stormtroopers, though, which you kind of see in some of the advertising, that armor I think worked better. I think the Boba Fett armor was a little bit bulky, but she did, of course, it was striptease, so she did take all that off, but left the giant helmet on. Kind of looked a little bit like Spaceballs, though.
Dark helmet.
The helmet was a little oversized.
We haven't done it. We should do a thing about Spaceballs too.
Yeah.
So, I do have a question because, again, I've seen some of the ads, and I guess there's a segment that they allowed everybody to film a little bit of.
Yes.
And in the segment you showed me, the dancers didn't have helmets on, but in every ad they had helmets on.
Right.
So do they leave them on through the whole show? Like, are they dancing in these helmets the whole
Oh no,
like,
I guess I should. So
obviously
what I
Slave
should
Girl
say,
Leia doesn't,
the
but-
structure of this is an anthology. So you're seeing different scenes from the first two movies, and it's tied together through this hilarious host, Charlie Calrissian, Lando's nephew, who's got a dad bod, and he's so freaking funny. I mean, he's like, it's worth seeing the show just for Charlie Calrissian. And he's got this line where he's like, they don't let me strip, but man, I get this whole thing with the cape and the balls, they could really cape balls.
Cape and balls.
And it's so good. And so it's just a series of vignettes, and generally each character only gets one vignette. So like Boba Fett got one thing, and then we don't see Boba Fett again. The Stormtroopers get their moment, their striptease moment, and then they're gone. Except at the very end, which they allow you to film, because they do want this out on social media, so we could always drop some of it here, some of that content here to be fine.
Like we're doing right now.
We can, so we could play it as part of this if it gets edited in. That's great. But in the final bow, where the encore, they're to rappers' delight, by the way, has Admiral Akbar coming out and doing his it's a trap. He gets in there, and we got Yoda in there and all the other characters. But yeah, so generally each character only gets one scene.
Their one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, this was a fun random review. I didn't get to see the show. Hopefully at some point I'll get to go, but definitely check it out. The EmpireStripsBack.com. And like, subscribe, follow us for more fun, goofy stuff like this. And we're going to jump on, but if you're just watching the random review, go back, catch the whole show.
One of my favorite quotes from Star Wars. It comes from a character who goes by the name of Rose. This is what Rose said. She says, "This is how you win. Not by fighting what you hate, but by protecting what you love." Boston, make some noise for us, please.